think going into this video, I didn't really understand the toll it was going to have on me mentally. Originally, this video was set to come out Thanksgiving Day, and I wanted it to be a reminder for everybody to be thankful for what you have. However, after I filmed it and I started editing it, it turned into a lot more than that, especially to me. Help but think about myself for it. The fact that I haven't done anything like this before, that I've never gone out and I've never helped these people before. The thing is, people get a bad idea of homeless people and they group them together with drug addicts or criminals. And what that does is it starts dehumanizing it. And when we dehumanize something, we either shun it or we just stop caring about it completely. When we group them together with drug addicts and criminals, we fail to see how these are just regular people, just like us. Both of the interviews that are in this video are both the same in two aspects. Number one, both of the people said they don't associate with drug addicts, they do not do anything with them, they're not a part of them, and everybody else we talked to said the same exact thing. So I challenge you, go out and buy some food, buy water, buy blankets, whatever it is, and just go out and actually talk to the people. And I guarantee you, they're not who they thought you are, and your perspective is going to be changed forever. And this is a message that everybody needs to hear, because it's something that could be so easily fixed. If we had more homeless shelters, more places for them to shower. Both people you're going to see in this video, both of them said they just needed a place to shower and they could have kept their job, or they could have kept whatever they had going for them. The thing is when they don't have a place to wash their clothes, or they don't have a place to wash themselves, they're not able to keep a job because they're not presentable and they're not professional, whether or not they're sleeping on the streets or not. The fact of the matter is we have homeless veterans and children, and we group these wonderful people that have a great heart in with drug addicts and criminals, and we dehumanize them and we stop caring. They're living out on the streets of your town too, so I challenge you.
It was an illness. I got diagnosed with cancer.
They couldn't afford treatments.
No, I have insurance and I could afford treatment, but I couldn't go back to work until I was cleared, medically cleared.
What's the hardest part of it? Like, what is the absolute hardest part? What is your least favorite part? Like, obviously it's awful, like the entire thing, but what is the hardest part?
The hardest part, I think, and the biggest challenge is finding a place to shower.
Finding a place to shower?
Yeah.
Sure. So, do you guys now have, is it a lot harder to find a job, or even possible?
It is possible for us to find a job. It's just that things get in the way, like the police harassing us, just charging us with bullcrap like misdemeanors for trespassing, and us not knowing the area and coming from another state and not knowing what's public and what's private, and where they can, where we can sleep at and where we can't sleep at.
Yeah. So do you feel it's also kind of like a stereotype thing? People get a bad idea of it, and then they kind of just keep that in their mind as they're seeing it.
Yeah, the thing about it is that there's a lot of alcoholism, drugs, people coming in and out of prison, having a record, and so therefore there's a lot of places that don't want to allow homeless in. A lot of them trash the plates, a lot of them trash the bathrooms. They just don't really have, I guess, not an education, but I think they're just tired of being out here, and they figure like, well, why should I? Why should I clean up after myself? Nobody else does.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everyone, and not everyone has a drug issue or law issue or anything like that. There's a lot of veterans that are out here. I myself, I serve in the military, so I look at things different, and when I look at homelessness here in the United States, I'm like, why are we homeless? Why are we out in the street? And it's kind of difficult to figure out everyone's story, and everyone has a different story and a unique story. So you can't judge a book by its cover. You can't just say, oh, well, she's homeless, why is she dirty? Maybe because she hasn't had a shower in 3 or 4 days. I think what you're doing is great, like interviewing other people and looking at their story, and the best way to help a person I believe, is to either build treatment centers and shelters that are available to adults that don't have children, because a lot of them are designed for families or a drug addict. Well, what if I don't have a family and I don't have a drug issue? I lost my apartment with my husband, and my husband just booked. Basically, that's what happened to me.
So, what's the hardest part? Like, what is the absolute worst part? Obviously, the entire situation is absolutely terrible, but what's the hardest part for you?
Trying to stay with somebody to, like, protect her, like my friend George. He looks out for me, so I don't see the problem.
Yeah, I'm sure that's gotta be hard too, because I'm sure a lot of people will steal your stuff if you leave it by itself and stuff like that too.
And any place you do feel safe, most of the time the cops come and kick you out. There's no shelter, there's only one shelter.
Okay. It only has a certain limit, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's a waiting list. And
so, is it hard to get a job, or is it nearly impossible to get a job?
It's hard to get a job because you have to find a place to take a shower, and there's only one place, and the hours that is, and I have a bus pass, I can get there.
Yep.
Like, I did have a job actually at the airport. It was impossible because I wasn't getting home until 6 at night, and it's just called St. Anne's. And that closes at what, 4 o'clock? Yeah.
So, when it comes to kind of like the community, are you guys all kind of friends, or is it like certain people will talk to certain people but not kind of in?
Yeah, certainly.
Various, okay.
Like, there's a lot of drug addicts out here, we don't associate with them.
Gotcha. So, what's the absolute best way that people can help you guys? If there was maybe not one thing, but even though it is kind of a simple solution, having more homeless shelters, and what's one thing that regular people could do just to help you guys? Like, is it food or money, or like, what would you?
Yeah.
The way the situation.
Food, money.
I'm old. I can't.
More places to shower. And like different times. Like I was working at the airport from 8 to 6. So that was impossible.
So what's one stereotype that you guys wish you could change that people didn't have a bad idea of?
That most of us sort of drug addicts are just bumming and not trying.
Right.
And
give up.
Yeah.
Yeah.